Alberto. I figured I'd go ahead and just make you a video just to see if I could help you out a little bit better with that, rather than just typing through everything. It might be better just to go ahead and talk, maybe a little bit more time consuming. So anyways, this is your current position in Thinkorswim Analyze. So as you can see, this also has plus and minus lines for the resulting position with a 50-point move. I mean, of course, as you know, dude, you want gold to go down this week, of course. But if it doesn't go down, let's say it makes another 50-point move higher, then you're in a really bad spot. You know, your P&Ls, this is going to be a little bit off. It's just the way it works. One market's not rolling, but we're going to be looking at a near $4,000 loss. And then, of course, your Greeks are going to get worse. Right now, you are at negative 20 delta. The delta's not going to get too bad going up, I guess, if you move there. But one thing you're going to have to look at is your theta is going to go away. So what we want to do, what we're looking to do, is to increase, to get this delta up. We want to get that more neutral, so you're not having as much directional risk. So there's lots of ways to do this. Of course, this is the trade you showed me last night. And it kind of looks a little bit, because it looks a little funky, because we can go ahead and put more inspiration, but since it's a closer DTE. So let's see if we go ahead and just say 3 expirations. Okay. So now as you can look at it, you're still going to have negative 10 deltas. That means the more that gold goes up, the more gold, if gold goes up to 50 points, it's not going to hurt you as bad, but it's still going to hurt. And then your theta, this will make your theta positive in the here and now. If you do 3 of those contracts, that's going to take your theta up. Let me see. Without that position, that's going to take your theta from 462 all the way to 60. So that is the position that you brought last night. So that's going to help things out, but you're going to have to keep going. Another option you could do is you could go here and you could just say, okay, go to the same expiration and do another put credit spread, and down. This one would be down at the 1900, 1800, and so that's going to flatten out your deltas a little bit more. That's going to give you negative 7 deltas. And then that's going to give you 18 theta. So it's not going to be, the theta number is not going to be as high as this one, but it is going to flatten your position out. And there's always give and take when you're adjusting options positions. There's always a give and a take. No, not that one. We want to go to this one, 3. Well, maybe just 2. Yeah. And so you can see that, but this is going to flatten your deltas out a little bit more. The theta is not going to be as high, of course, but of course you're not going to have as much risk on as if you do just this one. Now, one thing you could do is you could do both. You could do both of those. So here is the risk for this guy down to 1925. That's going to be a risk all the way down to here. But one thing that's going to do is that's going to give you positive deltas, and this is going to be very close to neutral. Okay, this is going to increase your theta hugely, and of course your vega is going to be negative. So as the Fed meeting comes, that means that this is going to, a lot of these options are going to lose value. So that could be something to consider. Now, if you want to go a little bit less on your deltas here, you could take this one down to the 850. Let's see. That's 1900. We'll go to the 1850s. Bring this one down to the 1750s. You see what that does is it still gives you some negative deltas if gold does come down. But it's gonna lessen your risk a little bit. No, this is not the one that I wanted. Yeah, yeah, this is the one I wanted to do. So if you do both of those, you're still going to have some negative exposure if gold does come down a little bit, and you're going to need to keep adjusting these, because one thing is this is a pretty high gamma number. That's a pretty high gamma. So if the position that I showed you for the December or September expiration here, you can see that this gamma number. So like if you do this, so let's look at this one again. So that's a gamma of 3. Okay. Now with this longer term position that I'd showed you, and the reason that I thought that might be a good play for you is because of, you see this doesn't look right, is because of this gamma number. This means that you're not going to have to adjust it as much. You're going to get quite a few deltas. You're going to get some better theta, but you're not going to have to adjust this one. Okay? So, I mean, well, your theta is not going to be as good if you do, let's say you do this one and this one. Of course, your theta is going to be rocking there if you do that one. With these, you're going to have quite a bit of theta, so you're going to start making some money back. And you can play against this. But that's the reason I wanted to do this one, is I wanted to show you this one, is because you're not going to have to adjust it as much. You're just going to go ahead and it's going to flatten you out, basically. So if it does go up, it's not going to hurt as bad. Okay? Because right now you're in a bad spot. But if you put that position on, then you wouldn't be in a bad spot. With these, let me turn these back on. With these, you're going to have to continually adjust. Okay? Now, you could do a combination of all of these, of course, and then that would mean that each individual trade would not need to take on as much risk. So you could take this one down from the 1935. Actually, I don't know if you'd want to take that one any lower. But you could put this position on, and that right there is going to give you positive deltas. So what you could do is, let me just go ahead and reset this one up while I am here. And let's go to the add simulated trades. We want to go back out to this 162-day expiration. We want to say, we just want to actually just say, keep these positions where they are, and let's see if we can't put on like a variant of an STT that's going to give you just two positive deltas. So we'll go way back here, and let's see, buy this one. We'll sell that one, and then we will buy the 75 here. Okay. Now that's going to give you negative deltas. We do not want that, so let's adjust this one around. Let me just have this one the only one showing. Hold on, I screwed something up here. Oh, I need 2 of these. Sorry. There we go. So it's kind of like a butterfly format. So that's going to give you some negative. So we're going to want to adjust this one. Let's see, the higher strike. We're going to want to bring that down. Let's bring that one down to the 1825 or the 1875, sorry. And so that's going to give you positive 296 deltas. That's going to keep you flat here. So let's see. We'll put this one on. We'll go ahead and put your current position on. And we're going to go ahead and put this, put credit spread on. So that's going to flatten your deltas out. And this is good. If you do all 3 of these positions, that's going to flatten your deltas out. See here, your delta's at 29. Your gamma's still going to be at 3. So you still will have to adjust these smaller positions. but your theta is going to be all the way up at 75, and this is going to be a little bit of a flatter position. One thing you could do is possibly, if you don't want to go all the way delta neutral, is just do like 2 of these contracts, just two of those, and that's still going to give you a little bit of negative delta exposure, and it's not going to cut down on your theta too bad, but it is going to cut your gamma down, so your adjustability is going to be nil. Because what we're looking to do is we don't want to put any more directional exposure to the upside. You're already exposed up there. What we want to do is cut this down, and there's multiple ways to cut it down, and if you do a combination of all of them, it might be pretty good. So this is where you are right now, and you can see, and as implied volatility drops, because you got this, so after the FOMC announcement, this is going to take everything up. This is going to take all of your lines up. If you do get a move up, then of course everything's going to be losing value, that all the adjustments, so you're going to have to basically keep moving those up, and that's the only way out of this, is to keep adjusting for your delta exposure. Keep adjusting that up. You don't want to put on any more risk to the upside, because you're already so risky up there. If you look at your position, I mean, 20 deltas, when an iron condor gets to 20 deltas, it's in trouble. It's a position that's in trouble. So, I mean, I would do a combination of everything. Just, basically spreading your deltas out over a few expirations. So let me just go ahead, and I will give you just a time to take a look at all of these. I'm going to go ahead and just close it down every one of these other positions here. And so this is your current position. This is going to be a shorter term 5 DTE, the put credit spread. And then this is going to be the same put credit spread at the same expiration. And then this one, of course, is going to be the STT type variant. And you can, I would say set these up. See what you think. This is, there's nothing that's going to bring this. This is your T0 line. This is where you're at right now. There's nothing that's going to bring that up. It's just going to take time, implied volatility dropping to bring that up. So, I mean, I hope this helps. That's I would do something that looks like that. Spread the risk of the adjustments through multiple expirations. So give you a chance to take a look at this one. This is a vertical, 2 contracts. You could even take that one down to 1, and that's going to give you some if you take that up to 3, of course. If you take this down to 1, you can see what that's going to do. That's going to bring your deltas down that way. So that way, if things do go down and do go bad, it's not going to hurt you as bad. So, I mean, you can do this one. You can adjust the amount of contract sizes, but this is definitely something that I would look at doing, is just raising your deltas, keeping your theta high, and try not to put as much gamma risk as you can, because the less adjustments you have to make. And this is what you want to do. You want to keep this one as close to 0. You want to keep this as close to 0. You want to keep this one as high as you possibly can. And of course, the Vega, we are anticipating implied volatility dropping after the FOMC meeting. So you want to keep this one negative too. Okay. So, yeah. So those are the positions that I would put on for you, that I would do. Hope that helps, man. All right. Talk to you later.